Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. Today I want to show you some WIPs that I'm working on. I'm just now getting back into the daily habit of crochet after our mission trip and then scrambling to get the kids ready for school, and then we had a couple weekends where we were gone. I've also been super tired at night after getting used to waking up super early to get the kids ready and off to school, and so I haven't been crocheting as much at night. But the last few days I've been really into it again, and I'm really excited about the projects that I'm working on. I literally have so many works in progress, and I've told you guys before, it used to stress me out a little bit, but now I just really don't worry about it that much. I just crochet for my own enjoyment. It's a hobby for me, and so I just work on what I want to work on in the moment. The only time I will put, more pressure on myself to get things done is if I am making things for a gift for someone, or the rare occasion that someone does pay me to make something for them, then I obviously, will do that in a timely manner. But the rest of the stuff that I make just for fun, I'm fine with hopping around from project to project. The one project though that is on my mind, and probably on a lot of your minds as well, is the temperature blanket. But we've talked about it before in previous videos. I do have a playlist dedicated to my temperature blanket if you want to check that out, but I'm pretty behind right now. I think that I haven't even finished all of June, so I'm far behind, but it's okay. I will finish this blanket, whether it be, hopefully it'll be by the end of the year, when things get colder and we're not doing as much, we're not as busy, and we're in the house a lot, then I'm sure that I will be crocheting even more, so maybe I'll get caught up and get it done by the end of the year. That would be amazing. If not, it's okay. I'm making it for myself and my family, so there is no real timeline that I have to get it done by. If I could get it done by the end of this year, that would be great. If not, it's cool. So I'm not gonna let myself stress out too much about it, and I don't think you should either, unless you're making it for someone. So I think I'm gonna call this video WIP Basket Wednesday. I know a lot of people do WIP Wednesdays. The reason why I threw in the basket thing is because recently I've been putting all of my crochet projects in little baskets. I think it's just easier for me. I can see them very clearly, see what's in them. I don't have to like rifle through a bag or remember what bag I put anything in. Of course, I love my bags too, but just recently I've been gravitating towards little baskets. So WIP Basket Wednesday I thought would be a good video title. So these will probably be, I'll do WIP Basket Wednesday videos sometimes, or my everything I crocheted this week at the end of the week videos sometimes. So it just kind of depends, maybe both in the week, because obviously those videos would have finished objects in them also. So we will just see what's up in the week, and that will determine what I post. So to go ahead and get started, the first project I want to show you is one that you all have seen before if you've been around for a couple months. So this is a summer cardigan. This is by MJ's Off the Hook Designs, and it is the Cabot Trail Cardigan. I think that's how you say it. It's pronounced C-A-B-O-T. I will put a picture of what the finished project is supposed to look like right here. I am using the Yarn Bee Sugar Will Cotton for this project and a 4.5mm hook. I am making, I believe she does it like small medium and then large extra large, so it's both sizes in one pattern. So I'm making the small medium, and I am slowly making progress. I really love the way that this is turning out so far, and I did step on this basket and broke it, so I have to be careful when I pull the project out because it's sharp. Probably need to get a new basket and to make sure we don't have any issues like snagged yarn. That would be sad. But this cardigan is really interesting because it's worked, I'm pretty sure, in one piece. And I haven't done a cardigan like that, I don't think. Don't quote me on that, but I don't think. So here is what I have so far. So there's the base right there. Again, we've talked about it if you've seen my other videos. I should have cut off this little section of yarn before I started the pattern, but an awesome subscriber gave me the idea to use one of those leather looking tags and put it there, so most of it will be covered, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So there's the bottom. Here's one half of this side of the sleeve, and then I finished both halves of this side. And then this, oh wait, hold on. Okay, there's the half of the sleeve. This is the other sleeve, so this will end up being folded like this to make the sleeve. And then this is one of the panels. So I know that sounds confusing, but if you could see the whole thing in person, I think it would make sense. So this is the back of the cardigan. You can see half of the sleeve there, and then the sleeve there, and then this is where I'm starting the, I wouldn't call it a panel because it's not disconnected, but one side of the front of the cardigan. So it'll drop around like that in the front. If I can get these lined up, and the sleeves will come together. We'll seam them up here. So hopefully you can see that better now. I'm working on that front side, right side of the front of the cardigan. Then we'll add ribbing on the bottom, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side and add some ribbing, I'm sure, in the neckline or something like that, and you'll have a finished cardigan. So I really love this. I think it's beautiful. Has sort of like a lacy look. It's very like delicate looking. The cotton should hold up super well. I really love the sugar wool cotton. If you've never tried it, you should definitely give it a shot. It's really great. It's really soft. It's really drapey. I've been working on this project a long time, but I do really enjoy working on it. It's a fun pattern that I don't get bored of doing because it's a 2-row repeat, but it's not just one stitch across each row. You do chains and all that stuff. So it is very fun to do. It keeps me engaged. Like I said, I just haven't been able to crochet a lot in the last couple weeks. Alright, so the only other project that I have to show you right now is an amigurumi project. I have made one of these before. It is the All From Jade No Sew sea turtle pattern. Well, I don't know if it's a sea turtle or just a turtle, whatever. It's a no-sew turtle pattern, and this is such a great pattern. It is, I will put a, some kind of picture here of maybe like the picture that they have on Pinterest where you can click and go to her Etsy shop. So it is a paid-for pattern, but it's not that expensive, and you get a ton of variations in weights of yarn you can use. She also has variations where she gives you color ideas. She has some that are all like fruits, some that are flowers. It's just really cool. So the variation that I'm doing right now is a sunflower turtle, because I do have a small garden and I always plant sunflowers, and those are blooming right now. So it just gave me the inspiration to make one of those sunflower turtles. So far I have made the little head, and then I've made one of the 4 flippers. So the flippers in the front, so you make 2 of those, you make 2 hind flippers, and then I've also made a little bit of the middle of the sunflower. So this is a Parfait Chunky yarn, and the yellow is a Parfait Chunky yarn, and then the brown is a Just Chenille. So I do like that you can intermix these 2 yarns. This one is a tad thinner than the Parfait Chunky, but I have found that they work for me to use them together in projects. So I really like that. And again, this is a great pattern, very detailed. She includes pictures with it, and again, it's no sew. So it is right up my alley. I do not like to sew on pieces. I would much rather crochet them together. So if you are looking for an awesome amigurumi pattern, I highly recommend this one. I will definitely link the pattern below, as well as the pattern for the cardigan. I do want to mention I'm using a 5mm hook for this, and I have found with amigurumi, she will make a suggestion on what hook size to use for what yarn type, but you kind of have to play around with it to see what works best. I always, as a general rule, you should go down 2 hook sizes when you do amigurumi than what the yarn recommends. I believe the Parfait Chunky recommends an 8mm. So a 6mm would be the biggest I would go, but you just want to make sure it's not so tight that it's super difficult to work with, but you do want it tight enough where the stuffing is not going to come out of the pieces. Also, I have been doing the yarn under, I have to think about it, the yarn under method when I do my amigurumi, and at first I was like, what's the difference if you yarn under or yarn over? But let me tell you, there is a difference. And I would like to make a video where I make a small amigurumi project and I make them, you know, identical, but I do one in yarn under technique and one in the yarn over technique and just show you the difference. You won't be able to tell probably without me holding up one that is yarn over side by side to this, but I just like the look of the way the yarn under technique works, and in this pattern she describes how to do that, so I really appreciate that as well. And let me know if you'd like a video on that little comparison. Have you ever heard of the yarn under method? Have you tried it? Let me know in the comments. I love talking with you guys. So real quick, I want to bring over one of the projects that a lot of you guys probably haven't seen. Some of my older subscribers, I'm sure, have seen this, but it is my mosaic blanket. So let me run over and grab it. I'm going to show it to you guys, and the reason I'm going to show it to you is because it's one of my favorite projects. It's one of my most unique projects, and I really want to start working on it again. So I need some motivation from you guys. Let me know if you want to see me work on this, if you want to see this project in an upcoming WIP video. So let me go grab it. Okay, so funny enough, this project actually is in a bag instead of a basket. Why can I not think of words today? It says Yarn and Things. It's super cute. I got it on clearance at Hobby Lobby recently, and I love it. It's obviously a great project bag. So this pattern for this mosaic blanket is by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. Again, if you can't tell, I love her patterns. I'm using a Pound of Love in Elephant Gray, and I'm using the Red Heart Roll With It melange in the color Hollywood. This used to be sold at Hobby Lobby. Unfortunately, once they did their yarn reset, it's not sold there anymore. One of my awesome friends actually surprised me with sending me enough of this so I can finish my blanket, because I had said in a video how sad I was that Hobby Lobby isn't carrying it anymore. So again, a big thank you to Iris. That meant so much to me, and definitely another reason why I want to get back into this project, because she sent me the yarn to finish it. So I really, really want to finish it. But it is a very slow moving project. So if you've never done mosaic crochet before, you basically, even though you're doing more stitches other than a single crochet, each row only grows by about the height of a single crochet, because you are doing drop down stitches as well, so it doesn't really add height to the blanket. If you've done mosaic crochet, you'd understand. If you haven't done mosaic crochet, you totally should try it. It is not as hard as you would think it is. It just takes a lot of focus, and if you can, if you're one that likes to be engaged in a project and not get bored, this is definitely one of them, because you have to pay close attention. It's definitely not a mindless project, but once you get into it and get the hang of it, it gets easier. So here it is. You can see why it is one of my favorite projects of all time. I love colors so much, and it just looks so intricate, but when you really get into it, you realize it's really not intricate. It just, like I said, takes a lot of focus. I don't know yet if I'm going to leave the fringe on the end. I do like the way that looks, or if I'm going to do a double border where the ends will be sandwiched in between so that I don't have to weave them in, because that's one thing I know for sure. I'm not weaving in these ends. There is no way at all that I'm doing that, so I'll figure that out later. This WIP has been with me since the start of my channel, and I believe I started my channel, it was March 2022, I'm pretty sure. That's the month I started in, so over a year that I've been having this blanket as a WIP, and I haven't got that far into it. So, would you guys like to see me work on this more? Here's the back, and this kind of shows you, this is how much it grows for each row. So look how small that is. I mean, literally the height of a single crochet. And I think that's one reason why I always end up putting this project away, is because you can sit there and work on it for a couple hours and you have like barely any progress, or you feel like that anyway. So anyway, let me know. Would you guys like to see me work on this? You know, I'm sure I'm not going to sit there and finish this thing. It's probably going to be one of those long-term projects that takes me quite a while, but would you like to see some progress? That's basically what I'm wondering. Because it is so beautiful and it calls to me every time I see it. It's also one of those projects that I've kind of forgotten the hook size that I was using on it, but I can figure it out. I know I have it written down somewhere. I need a better system for keeping track of my hook sizes that I use for projects. I know I'm guilty of that. It's a really bad habit of mine. I always think, oh, I'll remember, and then I don't. But I'm pretty sure it's a 5.5 millimeter, but I can either go back to the pattern and find out, or find where I wrote it down. It'll be fine. Okay, and then the verses, it's 2 verses today that I want to share with you. So me and my husband actually are going to be teaching a group of 3rd and 4th grade students at our church on Wednesday night. We will also we're doing like a large group lesson with 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and me and another teacher are alternating who's teaching the large group, and then me and my husband will split off with the 3rd and 4th graders, and she will go with the 1st and 2nd graders and do small group activities. I am a little nervous about it just because this is it's a big commitment. I want to honor God in it. I want to do a good job with it. And I've never had this level of responsibility and commitment within kids ministry before. So we will be doing this every Wednesday from now until May. So like I said, I'm very excited, but I just need the Lord's guidance. You know, I love to be with kids and be involved in kids ministry, but I love to help in kids ministry, but I don't have a lot of experience with leading kids ministry, if that makes sense. So if y'all could pray for me to just be confident, and my husband as well, in knowing that the Lord will help me to lead these kids, and that they will be open and receptive to what he's teaching them, and that, you know, together we will glorify God. So the reason why I want to read this verse is because this is our memory verse tonight, and it's actually a small portion of this. I'm going to read a little bit more, and that is Isaiah 46, part of verse 9 and verse 10. So it says, "For I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times things not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will accomplish all my purpose." And our lesson tonight is about how we can know who God is, and how we find out who God is. So we can know who God is because he tells us in his word, and we find out who he is through his word. And so this verse, he just says, I am God, there's none like me. So we can't compare God to anyone or anything. He is completely unique, and he's not like a human. He is the creator of humans. He's the creator of all things. So we can't compare him to anyone. He says, "For I am God, there is none other." So we know that he is the one and only God. And he declares the end from the beginning. And that's such a comforting thought for me to know that he knows what's going to happen over here. So whatever I'm going through over here, I can trust that he knows, he sees, and he has a plan. And he says, "My counsel shall stand, and I will accomplish all my purpose." So we can know and believe that his word and his will be accomplished. We know that his purpose is for the salvation of his people, and we know that he has many purposes, but we can trust in them. We can trust that his purpose is good. We can trust that he's the only one worthy to carry out the big grand scheme of life, and we can know that he is God, and there is no one like him, and there is no other. And that is a comfort to me. I don't want a God that I can fully understand, because he wouldn't be God. God is gracious in that he gives us so many things we can understand about him through his word, but there's no way we could understand every single thing about him, and that's a good thing. That means he is far above us, which obviously that's what it takes to be God. So anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, seeing what I'm working on. I would love to know what you're working on. Leave me a comment and let me know. I pray that you have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing rest of your week. May God bless you, and I'll see you super soon in the next one. Bye!